Let me ask you a question. When's the last time you truly felt caught up? Not almost caught up and not just one more thing. I mean completely caught up. My guess, it's been a little while because most leaders today are running at a pace that feels productive, but is actually costing them their very best thinking. And here's the real problem. Speed has become our strategy. We respond fast, we decide fast, we move fast, but what if the very thing that makes us feel effective is exactly the thing that makes us less effective? What if your leadership advantage isn't doing more, it's actually learning when and how to stop? My friends, this is where discernment comes in. Discernment is your ability to slow down in a noisy world, to tune in to what actually matters, and to choose a response that elevates people, outcomes, and influence. And here's the key. Discernment doesn't start with doing something different. It starts with interrupting how you're already operating. That's why the first step to the discernment path is simple. It's just this, to stop. But here's what most people don't understand. Stopping, it isn't passive. It isn't one of these things that you just do naturally. It's a mentally demanding thing that you do because when you stop, you actually shift how your brain works. Let's talk about what's happening inside your brain. Psychologist Daniel Kahneman, in his work on decision making, introduced two systems of thinking. In system one, it's called fast thinking. This is a system that's automatic, it's emotional, it's effortless. It's what helps you drive a familiar route or finish somebody's sentence or react instantly in a meeting. It's incredibly useful. In fact, most of your daily decisions happen right here. But this is the catch. System one is built on patterns and habits and shortcuts, which means that it jumps to conclusions, it fills in gaps, it makes assumptions and biases. It's efficient, but it's not always accurate. System two, on the other hand, is slow thinking. It's different. It's deliberate and analytical. It's effortful and reflective. This is the part of your brain that solves complex problems and challenges assumptions, and it kind of thinks strategically. It considers consequences. But here's the issue. System two is lazy. It doesn't activate unless it has to. And in a world of constant urgency, it rarely gets invited to the conversation. So under pressure and stress or time constraints, you simply default to system one, which leads to what I call the burden of being behind. You choose quickly, you repeat to safety, basically doing the things you've always been doing. You miss what matters most, which is people. And here's where it gets interesting. Research in behavioral economics show that when people are rushed, error rates increase, biases increase, empathy decreases. In other words, the faster you go, the worse your decisions get. So what happens when you stop? Well, you create what psychologists call cognitive interruption. You break that automatic loop. You shift from system one to system two thinking. That is, you go from reaction to reflection, from assumption to curiosity, from control to influence. That is, we create a space, and this is in the space is our power to choose. In that space, how do we create it? That's actually the stop. And this is why stop is so powerful. Because stop isn't necessarily the solution. It's kind of the doorway to better solutions, if you will. When you stop, you create the ability to see more clearly and to shift more intentionally. But none of that really happens unless you interrupt the default system one thinking. So here's your challenge. Today, sometime in the middle of your busy day, it's fast moving. Hey, when you get the urge to react, when you feel the pressure to respond quickly, when you feel yourself just kind of going on autopilot, just stop. Even, 7 to 17 seconds. Because in that moment, you're not falling behind. You're actually stepping into your greatest advantage as a leader. You're stepping into this place where you have an ability to choose better. And so practice this sometime. When you get into your car, when you show up at the supermarket, when you arrive home, just before you start working, just stop for 7 to 17 seconds and let your brain do a little bit of shifting. Help it move from system one over to system two. And as you do that, my friends, I promise you, you're going to start to see significant differences in the way that you think, in the way that you respond, in innovation, in decisions that get made, and in how you see people. So let's try this out today.